The top 5 best attack strategies for Town Hall 11 in 2021. Let's teach you how to use all of them. Welcome back to the channel then, guys. I'm your host, Judo Sloth. The 5th best attack strategy at Town Hall 11 is the Super Archers. Yes, they have incredible range, and there's a few variations. You can use lightning spells to take out Splash. If you were doing so, I would take either the Eagle or the Multi, or in this case, Gaku of the Queen Walkers, this was in the Queso Cup by the way, charges the Archer Queen in towards the Eagle, because for the Super Archers, it is all about managing splash defenses. But with the Eagle Artillery being easily accessible, it means we can better use our spells elsewhere. So Gaku has extra rage and freeze spells rather than using lightning. If you were using the lightning method, you would have to make sure that not only do you take a major splash defense, it also helps with pathing, i.e. that defense would be difficult to get to because you need to path your Super Archers in towards the center. So the Queen Walk takes out the southern area of the base whilst also mitigating the clan castle troops. If you do not know what is in the clan castle, then it might be worth trying to take those out because it could have devastating effect on the Super Archers. To the opposite side of the base, you need to cut the funnel, and you do this using your Barbarian King. A couple of witches are very good to help, so we have this nice channel set up for the Super Archers to easily access the core. Obviously, you need to consider pathing through the base, so a super wall breaker could be a great option initially, or regular wall breakers with a jump spell to then give you access into the base. I'd also recommend a tank style troop in front of the Super Archers, but the idea is the healers transfer onto the Super Archers, and in the center, when you have the most damage, that is where you use all of your spells, the rage, the freeze, the Grand Warden's ability to protect all of the Super Archers as they pass through the most damage area. And just take a look at the range that the Super Archers have. This is where their specialty lies. They can reach from the core to buildings on the perimeter because of their range. And the other benefit is the defenses that are typically on the perimeter, the Super Archers tend to outrange anyways. And remember, you have the King and Witches running around the outside, taking the non-defensive buildings. So you have this nice synchronization between the Super Archers with their range in the center and your King and Witches. Always remember, though, to hold onto any hero abilities you can and any spells. You've more than likely used your jump to get into the core, any rage spells, but you might have a freeze spell left, and that could be the difference maker because you have to make sure the final parts of the raid you adapt, whether it being your spells or your hero abilities, to get the 3 stars. In at number 4, we have the Zap LavaLoon. You can use 5 lightning spells to take down the Archer Queen, so if an Inferno Tower is standing next to that, 5 lightning spells and an earthquake will take out both of these defenses. Huge value. With the Archer Queen down, you also need to think about clan castle troops for a LavaLoon. Now, a popular method with this strategy is sending your heroes from the opposite side of the map, meaning they are not going to lure clan castle troops. You just have to test with a balloon if there is anything inside that would attack your LavaLoon. If not, then lucky you. If there is, then you need to deal with that by pulling it to the other side of the map with your heroes. Don't get me wrong, you can just attack straight into the clan castle with your heroes. Either way, you need to take those troops down, but if you can attack from the opposite side and your heroes don't have to deal with clan castle troops, they're going to get more value. Your main priority by sending your heroes in this manner is to get both value and pathing. Let's think about value. We've already taken out the Archer Queen and the clan castle troops, as well as a multi-target Inferno. They are huge defenses for a LavaLoon. The other major defense that if you could take would be ideal is the Eagle Artillery. But as long as you can path your Lalo to that, then it's fine, because in this case we are actually taking out pathing via eliminating the entire northeast area. By the way, the queen is going to nab an air defense. If you can take down air defense, that is ideal for Lalo, but you actually need to keep some of the air defense up in order to give you Lava Hound pathing to therefore protect your balloons. I think due to being a symmetrical base, the plan was flipped with the queen taking out the most northern air defense. But look at the deployment. Lava Hounds at separate angles to try and set off bombs, whilst quickly deploying the balloons behind at different angles to try and clump through the middle. This means the Stone Slammer, best siege machine for this strategy, can swoop into the Eagle. Now the Grand Warden's ability was used for the multi, and we've powered through the major defenses. We did have good coverage of the Lava Hounds, that's where the air defense pathing is key, and using haste to just get the balloons through the defenses whilst they are covered. That means we can fly into the sweeper. Don't get me wrong, if you can fly behind a sweeper, it's ideal, but really it's about pathing the balloons where you want and keeping the momentum moving. That is why we have a couple of balloons on the outside to try and snipe that area and force the balloons in the middle to the air defense, and you're trying to keep them moving in a nice sweep around the base to the defenses you wish, which tends to be splash. Also, do not forget about your cleanup minions so that you do not time fail. Number 3, also utilizing the lightning spells, is the Zap Dragons. I love this strategy if you can get really good value around an air defense. So it takes 2 lightning and an earthquake to take down an air defense, as well as archer towers. So in this upper quadrant, we can take all 3 of them down by using this method. You can actually do it with 3 lightning, but the earthquake gets better value on the wizard tower as well. Then you're doing this around the base. You're taking out 3 air defense. The air sweepers are a bit more of a bigger deal for the dragons than the Lalo, because it's harder to push your dragons to them. If you can take one of those down alongside the lightning for the air defense, then it is ideal. Let's reanalyze the base. The 4th air defense is down to the south, with the remaining sweeper pointing across to the town hall. So clearly the dragons need to come in behind the sweeper up from the area we just took out the air defense. But what's happening about this 4th air defense? A Stone Slammer, my friends. So we've already got pretty good pathing from the lightning spells. You want to try and utilize that. You can cut pathing on the other side however you wish, in this case an Electro Dragon and the Queen, and you use your rage spells for the dragons getting through the center of the base. You should have enough space for 2 rage spells, so one of them was used initially to power them into the base, with the Grand Warden's ability in the center. Basically, you want to encompass as many troops as possible. If they are starting to split, which is likely to happen in the center, you need to press the Grand Warden's ability prior to that split. Now, we've kind of missed the Stone Slammer, but obviously you've seen it. Try and just predict its pathing to the 4th air defense. Remember, it busts open walls, so it might be that as you are using your heroes to cut the funnel, you can actually move one of them into the air defense, as in this case. With all 4 air defense down and good pathing through the center of the base, dragons will tear apart Town Hall 11 bases. You just need to make sure you have enough time, which again, normally isn't too bad of a factor, but do deploy the dragons right after the lightning and earthquake. Don't wait too long. Make sure you've got the funnel set, but have the phases of the attack merging. So the king and queen down the eastern side of the base were creating the funnel as the dragons were moving through. It's all about having good timing with this, but I personally love using the dragons, and it's pretty straightforward because you don't have to worry about a bunch of spells whilst you're in the middle of the attack. At number 2, we have the Queen Charge LavaLoon. This is a strategy you really want to try and learn because it will serve you well as you move up through the levels. It has similarities to the Zap LavaLoon, but you're trying to get a lot more value initially and relying less on the LavaLoon because you're committing the healers and a lot of spells to the Queen. So you don't have as much spell capacity or troop capacity for the LavaLoon, but you're still trying to take down the enemy Queen and Clan Castle. they will be huge for your LavaLoon. You're still trying to get good pathing, so cutting out an area of the base so that the Lalo can move around, and I would also recommend you take either one of the Infernos or the Eagle, because if you are attacking all three of those and you're committing quite a lot to the Queen charge, it might not be ideal depending on their position within the base. On this one, the Queen is actually going to move in towards the Eagle and take some air sweepers with that. Now, I do want to quickly say, if you are wondering, Judo, where did you get this list? I have worked with the competitive team Unbreakable War and the Evil Witches. The guys and girls over there are a very highly competitive clan, and they have put together this Town Hall 11 list, as well as the Town Hall 12 video, which will be released in the near future. I also did the Town Hall 9 and 10 editions if you wish to check those out. But anyways, if you do wish to join those clans, compete at this level, you can join my Discord server. The link to their servers is within that. But with the Queen charging in towards the Eagle, now we can start the Lalo phase. We still have the spread out area of balloons to clump us to the multi, a rage spell to get in that area, and you want to use your Grand Warden's ability in the best value area. It tends to be that you can haste or rage initially and use the Grand Warden's ability in the center. You want to use it through an Eagle artillery fire if you can, but you also need to be careful of what is on the back end. So arguably, if the Eagle went down sooner from the Queen, we could have saved the Grand Warden's ability for the multi on the back side of the base, but we had enough spells to power the balloons onto it. Either way, you might be able to notice the channel that was created for the balloons to move around. We could use the spells to keep the momentum moving, just like we said before, and the Grand Warden's ability with the most damage area. The number one, the best Town Hall 11 attack strategy for 2021 is the Zap Witches. I also think it's the easiest, so pretty convenient. You're using your lightning spells along with an earthquake to take out both multi-target infernos. Any surrounding defenses you can take, be sure to do that. If they're single target infernos, you might still want to take them if they're difficult to get to, but the meta tends to be multis. With the lightning, you're also considering pathing, because by taking out the multi, we know the witches are going to walk around in this direction, but let's move back to that because it's a quick and simple attack. You have a golem on one side, a golem through the middle, and a golem at the other side, followed by a long line of witches. You can place your queen on one side, the king on the other, but because we had a lot of defending heroes to the north, both were placed in that area. Also, there's not a lot through the center of the base, but you do have to consider how you're getting to the Eagle. You might choose the wall wrecker, or the log launcher is pretty good in this example because the logs can get value onto the Eagle. If the base is a bit more condensed, this one is more of a ring base, let's say, you can funnel your witches so more go into the center, probably with your queen, and the siege barracks can be used as part of the funnel, with hog riders coming out later on. If you are enjoying this video, I like to bring educational but entertaining Clash of Clans videos. I would recommend subscribing and turning on the notification bell. Now, the reason this attack tends to be relatively simplistic is there's not a lot of spells you need to worry about. A poison onto the clan castle troops is pretty important. That's the first spell. Now, whatever you have in your wall wrecker, log launcher, whichever siege machine you decide, if you don't go with the siege barracks option, you need to make sure that the troops inside are going to give you good value when they pop out. In this case, the sole purpose of the troops in there was to help take out the Eagle, because we've got good pathing of the witches around the base, and that was helped due to the lightning spells taking out the multi. We know that they weren't going to be drawn into that inner side of the base. Now, this tends to happen, what you see right now. The attack starts to slow down as your witches kind of die off, but because the defenses also go down, your witches start to spawn more skeletons and you start to overwhelm the back side of the base. But be sure to hold on to your queen's ability for as long as possible, just in case you need it for any of the backside defenses. I hope this one has been helpful. If you want to see a guide on which clan castle troops you should use for each level, probably help you out, I have it linked right here alongside the subscribe button. You guys take care, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.